What's up, Space Pirates? This is your captain, the Dread Pirate Dr. Disaster, and the degree to which Ubisoft is screwed is so epic that it almost can't be believed. Assassin's Creed Shadows, as most of you know by now, has been delayed from its original November launch date until February, so that Ubisoft has an opportunity to fix Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Let me tell you something, folks. You can't fix stupid.
These morons at Ubisoft clearly designed Assassin's Creed Shadows to appeal to the modern audience, as opposed to actual gamers, which is not surprising when you see pictures of the development team that made this turd. They really thought they were hitting on a home run after all the BLM crap that took place a couple of years ago around the time they would have started development of this game. They were more focused on the social messaging shit in the game than they were on actually making something fun and historically accurate. But a new report has come out which suggests that they are scrambling to fix that.
Start that again!
Yeah, it sounds as though they are doing some deep changes to Yasuke in this game, along with addressing historical inaccuracy concerns related to Japanese culture. The thing is, the world has changed quite a lot in the space of time between when the development of Assassin's Creed Shadows began and now. The culture is shifting. Look at the way all of these woke games have failed so miserably this year. Look at the way gamers have rallied around the Sweet Baby Inc. Detected situation. Our collective voices, those of us who oppose being preached at in video games, those of us who just want simple escapism, our voices are being listened to because we are making a difference on the bottom line of these AAA studios, and companies like Ubisoft are forced to take notice.
A new power is rising. Its victory is at hand.
No, sir, I don't like it.
If you don't like it, that's tough shit, you know?
Alright, me hearties, make sure you hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, where I keep a list of games lousy with wokeness pinned to my account at all times for your reference. My handle on the platform is Dr. Disaster 1. But let's talk about this report that Ubisoft is specifically changing the Yasuke character into something that doesn't necessarily make our eyes roll back into our heads so far that we can see what our freaking gray matter looks like. First of all, as I mentioned the other day, I see absolutely no possibility for the rumor that Yasuke is getting removed from the game entirely. There is no way that is going to be true. I don't believe that will be accurate at all. At this point, they would lose what little support they have among gamers. By adding Yasuke to the game, they were trying to appeal to the modern audience, and they hemorrhaged many, if not most, other gamers. So, if they removed Yasuke, they would lose everything at that point. It just isn't happening. But this news from Insider Gaming here suggests that they are fundamentally changing the story of Yasuke. In other words, after the failure of Star Wars Outlaws, they are chickening out and deciding that maybe they ought to tone down the weird, progressive shit in the game. Let's read some of the article. It says, last week, Ubisoft announced that Assassin's Creed Shadows would be delayed from its intended November release date to February 2025. While the announcement was somewhat of a shock publicly, internally, it was expected and desperately needed. Ubisoft announced that the game was delayed to polish and refine the experience. In its earnings update, the company further claimed that the delay was due to the learning from the Star Wars Outlaws release. Both claims are true, but beyond a few short words internally, the developers have been pushing for a delay for the best part of a few months, which had fallen on deaf ears until the release of Outlaws. So yeah, Ubisoft, their top management at the company, thought they were untouchable until Star Wars Outlaws released and sold like shit. They ignored our feedback. They ignored what gamers had to say. They didn't give a shit that we ratioed every trailer that they put out for Star Wars Outlaws. They didn't pay attention to the feedback they were seeing on social media about the gameplay videos coming out. They didn't care that we didn't like the character design of Kay Vess, but they cannot ignore the fact that they are losing their ass on this game. Yesterday, I dug into the numbers on Outlaws, and we can conservatively estimate that the game will lose Ubisoft $100 million at a minimum. But we're going to skip down a bit in the article and read some more. It says, but first, let me address some of the wild rumors about Yasuke. He's not going to be removed. However, sources have said that the team has been actively addressing many of the historical and cultural concerns which started before the game's reveal following external playtests and were accelerated further following the game's initial reveal and mass feedback. This includes changing some of Yasuke's story and how he's portrayed in the game, fixing architectural details, and ensuring that the game is historically grounded while fitting into the Assassin's Creed universe. Fundamentally, though, these are issues that should have been caught internally before the game's reveal, especially given Ubisoft's strict asset approval process. As for how these issues fell through the cracks, I'm told that historical experts were brought onto the project much later than usual for a project of this magnitude, and that miscommunication between teams and cutting corners when it came to the approval process of assets to meet deadlines were also at play. And that right there tells you all that you need to know about the mindset of the absolute tools who made this game. They didn't bring in historical experts until far later in the project than is normal, which explains why we are seeing the Yasuke stuff and all this LGBT crap in the game in the first place. They prioritized messaging over gaming. They don't care how much you enjoy their game, they only care that you take away from it their intended message. And I think that people are just largely done with that sort of nonsense, which is why we are hearing rumors that the pre-order numbers for Assassin's Creed Shadows were only about 7% of the pre-orders for Valhalla during the same time period. Ubisoft is in panic mode because there are simply too many of these rumors and reports coming out saying the same thing, that the numbers for this game were looking bad, and that after the Star Wars Outlaws debacle, they are finally willing to listen to gamers. They are in panic mode because there are too many of these rumors for it to not all be true. Our voices are being heard, folks. They won't be able to fix this game, not in the extra 90 days that they gave themselves, but at least they are hearing us and trying. That is a positive development, but I'm gonna leave it there. Drop your mockery of Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed Shadows into the comment section below, and we will talk there.
Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.